We like to be well dressed for our own satisfaction. It's not necessarily about other people. But isn't it a wonderful feeling when somebody comes up to you just to compliment a part of your outfit? From my experience, I've noticed that certain things I wear are more likely to catch the attention of a stranger. And in this video, I'm going to share those with you and tell you how you could wear them yourself. But first, a quick word about mindset. If you want to catch someone's attention, you can't expect to stand out if you dress like everybody else in the room. Although we have to consider the location, activity, and occasion when choosing our outfits, we can be flexible within these parameters. If you want to catch people's attention, you must not be afraid to look different. This might be a little against your nature if you consider your style to be more conservative. But you don't have to be a flamboyant dandy to appreciate the attention of others. Just see it as them acknowledging and appreciating that you are a well-dressed man. So with that being said, let's begin with the first way that you can dress to catch people's attention. We're going to start off with patterns. Most men's wardrobes are devoid of patterns, except for their plaid shirts and the odd striped shirt. So an easy way to catch someone's eye is to wear a pattern that they're not used to seeing. I think the best way to do this is with your suit or with a sports jacket. A check sports coat like this one by Brooks Brothers not only has the interesting check, but then we've got the tones of burgundy and purple too. It makes it much more exciting than a regular grey sports coat. You could also create a similar effect with a houndstooth suit. I really like houndstooth and all of its variants, puppy tooth, dog tooth, because it creates a pattern that the human eye is not used to seeing. And when you wear a suit or jacket like this, you're sending a message to the world. You're letting others know that you're a guy who cares about style. You're a guy who understands patterns and is intentional about his appearance, which is going to separate you from 99% of men. The second way you can catch people's attention is with what's on your wrist. Lots of men are obsessed with wristwatches, and many are always looking for the most expensive, the biggest, the most technical, but these aren't necessarily what will catch somebody's attention. In fact, something that's perceived as expensive might cause others to feel too intimidated to even compliment it. Instead, people notice and comment when they see something that's rare and intriguing. For example, I wear my great-grandfather's 1951 Bernex. It's been in my family ever since he got it, but I'm the first man ever since to wear it. Although it's a small watch and the burnished gold is not too flashy, it always catches people's attention. And the beauty of pieces like this is that they have a story behind them. So when somebody compliments it, I have more to say than just thank you. There's a conversation starter right here on my wrist. While most of this video is about how to catch people's attention with what you wear, your fragrance can have just the same effect. Experiment with colognes until you find the one that gets you the most compliments. And the more rare and unusual the fragrance, the better. Because when people smell something they like, they want to know what it is. But if they already know, they don't have a reason to compliment you. It reduces the sense of allure and mystery if they can picture the bottle sat on the shelf at Macy's. When we smell a new fragrance for the first time, there's an excitement there. And we're subconsciously impressed by the person wearing it for choosing so well. And if you are wearing a fragrance that you got from an interesting place or a little-known company, that makes it all the more interesting when you finally reveal the source of your intriguing aroma. Now back to clothing. Sometimes we forget that humans see in 3 dimensions, and we forget about texture and depth in our clothing. Wearing textured pieces gives the eye a 3rd dimension to look at. This makes these pieces not only more likely to catch people's gaze, but to hold their attention. One way I love to introduce texture is with a knit tie. And I didn't wear this for this outfit, but I'm just realizing actually, I think it would have worked quite well. Although these might seem familiar to those of us who are interested in men's style, let's not forget that most people out there in the world never really see one of these. People won't just compliment the way it looks, but they'll be intrigued to touch it. I love the burgundy knit tie by Tie Bar that I have because it's made of super soft silk. It's the perfect length, and I find it just goes with almost all of my outfits. So consider adding 1 or 2 knit ties to your collection. They're perfect for those more casual occasions where you still feel like wearing a tie. Now I want you to imagine you are in a downtown steakhouse. The room is crowded and the bar is full. What percentage of men in there will be wearing a suit or a blazer? Maybe around 50%. But what percentage of men will also be wearing a pocket square? That takes it down to about 10%. Among the 10%, the way that you can catch people's attention and be the best dressed guy in the room is by choosing the perfect pocket square. Now, I love the white presidential fold. It's very classic and timeless. But that's not what will get people's eyes on you. Instead, you want to pick something with a vivid pop of color. What color that should be depends entirely on your outfit. But choose something that has at least 2 or 3 colors and makes use of an interesting graphic or pattern. This will be the pocket square that people stop to compliment. And the better it goes with your tie or the rest of your outfit, the more likely people are to notice in a good way. Because we've all seen guys throw in a pocket square that doesn't really work. And while most people will appreciate the effort, it's not the same as when a master of style makes a bold pocket square the perfect finishing touch to his outfit. Now to finish off, we come to something that has been overlooked by many men, even the well-dressed. You see, we hear a lot today about the 1%. So I want you to think about this. How do 99% of men hold their pants up? With a belt, well, if anything. But wearing suspenders is a great way to stand out. Even if you're wearing a jacket, people will notice your suspenders when your hand is in your pocket and your jacket is pushed back. Men have forgotten something, and that is how damn sexy suspenders are to women. We all think that the female version is extremely sexy, but we've forgotten that the opposite is also true. There's something about suspenders that stimulates the female imagination when done well, and you'll find that women simply can't help but come over and ask you, "Are you wearing suspenders?" You might be thinking of wearing a particularly bold or eye-catching pair of suspenders, maybe in a bright color or pattern, but simply wearing suspenders is enough to catch someone's attention. And a pair in navy are the most classic, versatile, and sexy. Gentlemen, I hope your mind is filled with inspiration and you're excited to put these ideas into practice. Of course, the aim of being well-dressed is not always to catch people's attention, but it's great to have these tools in our arsenal so we can do a bit of peacocking if we feel so inclined. I want to hear from you in the comments. What is the most complimented piece in your closet? It could be a suit, a jacket, an accessory, or anything else. I'm very intrigued to see what your responses are. If you want to put what you have learned in today's video into practice, I recommend going to a bar by yourself and see if anybody compliments or strikes up a conversation with you thanks to your outfit. While this can be a very nerve-wracking experience, it can also be a highly rewarding one, which is why I made this video all about how to go to a bar alone and how to have a good time. So until the next one, thank you for watching and I look forward to speaking with you all in the comments.